Hey you folks, Quilly18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play SimCity, and here we are back again in Starlight Fields. We still got tons of money in the bank, but we are getting a few blips and blobs going on down here. What is happening with the power? Why are we out of power? Do we not have enough power in the region? Apparently not. Well, I guess we're gonna have to go and make a little bit of a tour of the region before we continue this town. I did let it run for just a little bit off camera, just to get the buildings to, say, grow a little bit, but apparently they've grown a little bit too much. We're also complaining about the trash situation. Oh, that's mostly probably all going to be related to power. If there's not enough power, there's not going to be enough other things, though we're not generating our own water either, so I guess we're legitimately out of that. So, let's go ahead and do a tour. Now, All America Town is technically producing a few things for us, so I guess we'll go take a look. But as I recall, it wasn't really one of our big producers. I may be lying, though. I may be lying about the water situation. We may be getting a bunch of water from All America Town. I'm not sure. Let's go and take a look. Been a little bit since I loaded these guys up. I still like this place. I think it's got potential to be extremely pretty. I might leave this dirt road back here for a long time, frankly. Pumping station's going nicely. Oh, maybe I should have loaded one of my more, I don't know, more financially successful cities first and transferred some funds, although I've got some extra cash kicking around. We're not doing too badly. It doesn't look like we actually produce power here. Is that true? No, it is not true. In fact, we have a slight deficit. So I think we're probably buying some from the region, but we may as well go ahead and add a little bit more wind power as well, just because we can. And it'll give us a little bit more padding. There we have it. Let me double check that I've got all the possible power purchases going on. Oh, there we go. So now we should be in great shape. We'll tell it to buy water and the sewage as well, just to make sure that's going there. But we do actually want to increase our own water production, because that's one of our concerns at this point. Basic water pump. Let's, there. I think like that is the way I want it. There we go. Get that output running huge, and then we'll babysit the town for a little while just to make sure that things get transported to the region. And look at this traffic jam. Now, this is a low density road right here, so it's only got the 2 lanes, so I think what we may do is go ahead and upgrade this guy. No, it's medium density. Is it really? Oh, it does have the 4 lanes. My bad. I guess there's just a lot of buildings here, and I did just see some upgrades as well, so there might be an excess of moving vans. Realistically, there shouldn't be, well, I don't know, I guess one road in and out is actually relatively realistic. I could put a second road sort of connecting from over here, but I don't think that's what I want to do. I don't think the traffic is an actual problem here. Ooh, things are backed up pretty far. Maybe it isn't a bit of an issue. Okay, how do we want to alleviate that? I could put a little road that actually connects up the hill. Higher power. 100 worshippers attend services at the houses of worship in one day. Well, look at that. That's their church up here on the hill that's getting things done. In fact, there's quite a bit of traffic up here on the hill, too. Kind of a lot of traffic everywhere. Let's analyze why that might be. I think part of the issue, honestly, is a lack of intersections somewhere along the way, because I don't think it's doing really intelligent traffic weighting, but I might be wrong. I mean, there's a bit of delay here and a bit of delay up here. Let's say people might be using this as an alternate way to get into the city proper. It's kind of a little surprising. Yeah, I would like to put an alternate connection over here. Let's see what we can do. If we use, let's keep using medium density. Yeah, we're gonna have to bulldoze a little bit there. I'd almost like to avoid the bridge, but I'm not sure if I can do that. I mean, it's not a bridge, but the overpass kind of thing. I mean, this is obviously the most direct thing, but I was hoping for something that might snake up the hill in kind of a neat way. But yeah, no matter what, it's ending up with a road grade too steep kind of situation. Alright, let's put it on the backside over here. Whoops. Can't place through building. What building? There we are. Suppose that can't be helped. We'll see what that does for us, if anything. It may not do much. There are some vehicles going that way. I guess it all depends on where exactly we're aiming to go for. Wow. A lot of cars this way all of a sudden. Where are you guys heading out? Oh, maybe to all the industry here. That makes sense. So people going to and from work now use this route instead. And people who are going to town can still use that there. It'll be interesting to see the next day-night cycle, actually, if we get a huge jam here or not. Or if it's just moved or what. It's certainly a shorter route to where the jobs are. Because I guess, yeah, there was no choice but to leave through this little bit here and go out into the avenue through the tunnel. I still think the tunnel is super cool. So still some traffic, but you know, you're never gonna get away from all of it, especially since traffic does clump up a fair amount. I think it's gonna be okay. Anyway, should I just upgrade this road? I know I've talked about this road so many times in past videos, and about, you know, doing different things with it. What I think I'm gonna do is build another little neighborhood back here. And what I want to do is I want to make sure I'm going to connect it back here as well, but I don't want to straight through because why? Actually, no, straight through would be okay if people want to do that. Something like that might be totally fine. More residential. In fact, what we'll do is we're going to take... Whoops! That's not what I meant to do. I'm going to bulldoze this little block of houses. I'm going to put commercial here. And then we're going to go and put that residential back. And then, well, let's upgrade these roads to medium. I don't want to have high density stuff in this city. Actively trying to avoid that. Be very interesting to see exactly what happens. Now, do we have buses? Do we have bus stops? We don't. Now, we don't have a bus terminal either. But I could put one out over the industrial area. I think that wouldn't ruin the look of the city to have a bus terminal over here. Look at the traffic backup. I guess it must be all the people going to work. Look at all this stuff. That is madness. Maybe I should high density this stuff. Oh, this is low density. Medium density, at least we'll get the 4 lanes. Yeah, and I don't want this entire road segment to go to medium density. I guess I'll leave this bit low density. Just have the medium density over here. It should still help traffic by having 4 lanes, although if everyone is mostly going to be turning the same way, it might not help. No, a lot of left turns. People leaving the city for work, potentially. That's probably what's happening. Maybe we actually need more industrial stuff. There's certainly demand for it. Yeah, I'm not sure. I know that adding buses would alleviate traffic, but it's just not that big a town. It feels like it shouldn't have that. It does have the train station. I mean, a bus terminal vaguely makes sense. It'd be nice if I could just put bus stops and have that be well, I can place it down as long as it's got a bus terminal in the region that's good enough. Is this good enough to add, like, buses to come to my city? Will they do that? I actually don't know if without a bus terminal I will still get bus traffic. We're going to find out. But meanwhile, I think I can go ahead and increase the amount of industrial area we've got here. There we go. So I'm just using the curvy line tool, the curvy road tool, to be able to manually... Whoa! That broke. There we go. I say normally it locks to the curve, but only so much. Like so. It's not perfect in places, but you know what? That's okay. It's going to make everything a little bit more rustic. Right? Just a bit more rustic. Alright, more industry here in the town proper. So hopefully fewer people having to leave the city to go to work. Not sure how much is truly going to eliminate traffic problems, but we'll see how it goes. And we've got a few abandoned houses and actual rubble to get rid of as well. No power. Yes. And plenty of places up here probably willing to increase their density if I would give them higher density roads, but I don't want to do that. Alright, I think that's enough work over here. I suppose I could always let the industry tick in a little bit more. Oh, and I still haven't put down the mayor's house. Let's go ahead and do that. We're going to live up on the ridge, right on the very edge itself. It'll have the best view of the town. There. We'll get a little bit of happiness all over. Lovely. Still plenty of traffic. That being said, I don't think there's an actual gridlock. I think people are going to be able to complete their full daily cycle of going to work, coming home, and getting their shopping done. Despite a little bit of congestion in a few places here and there, I think we're mostly in good shape. I could potentially alleviate a little bit of bottleneck traffic here by making this a high-density avenue, just to keep the 3-lane to 3-lane transition. And then there might still be a few issues at this intersection, but it, you know, pushes it a little further, eliminates one possible bottleneck. Still, I think we're mostly okay. All right, let's head out to the region and check the next town, make sure that we're going okay. Halfmoon Banks it is. I believe this is another place to have water and power, so we'll see about increasing that just a tad if we can. If it ever loads, come on. There you go. I knew you could do it. Halfmoon Banks. And I'm vaguely liking my little circle thing. It looks like alien crop circle-y kind of things, but it's not great. Oh, right, I've got the oil, which means somewhere here I have the oil power plant. So it is producing quite a bit of excess, but we're going to go ahead and expand that more regardless. No, we can't. We're at our limit. Well, well, well. I suppose I could build a second power plant. I think I will, actually. Like that. Max out our capacity like crazy. Okay, accepting local deliveries. There we go, very high capacity, and again we'll let the game run for a little while we babysit that everything is okay. We've also got some water production here which we could expand, but we've already completely exploded our budget by adding another maximized power source there. Still, what are you complaining about? Petroleum HQ, no. We just actually want just the raw oil. And speaking of, I don't suppose there's any more that we could access down here. I think in the past I've talked about, no, we've got enough, but we do have another big source over here, and in fact, it would be very easy to go ahead and build another oil plant right in this destination. We probably have enough. We're probably still making plenty of money, despite the fact that we've got some redness there. See. What we need is another parallel road over here. Let's do it. So I'm gonna just build out like this and then go parallel like that. You know, just another back roads. It's too much. Doesn't have to go out quite that far. Let's try this. I think that will mostly line us up in the right place. Mostly. One more try. There. Most of the pumps themselves, we want them on the actual oil bits. Good, okay. Really? I don't have another place for a vehicle here? Oh, that's right. It's got to be on the road itself, which is always a little annoying. Here, we'll go ahead and put a pair in here. And then some more pumps. Just gotta make sure we don't go completely bankrupt here, because we could end up in an awkward situation Yeah, let me wait before I place the last one down. Actually, maybe we'll just leave it like that. I mean, I know it can fit one more, but we'll leave it like that. It's just, if you end up going to no money while still negative, then it's really awkward while you turn things off. But if you just leave it so that you can afford to sit there for a couple hours without actually losing all your cash, then you're going to sell some oil and you'll be in good shape. And yeah, I was intentionally avoiding creating another intersection over here. In fact, now I can trim that down to give us room for a building to come back in. So they're still hiring. We should have plenty of people, if I recall. If I recall correctly, I had to create the extra industry buildings just to keep going. Come on, hire already. Let's take a look at our demographics. Yeah, we even have some unemployed. Well, that's low wealth, and actually we have a shortage of jobs. Or no, we have a shortage of people to work the higher wealth jobs. So it does look like we might need a little bit more residential. I mean, certainly higher wealth as well. We probably have too much commercial going on, actually. First of all, let's dezone this part, followed by bulldozing of that. And let's zone it residential. And we'll go ahead and put a medium wealth. Maybe a nature park? Sports thing. Sports. Let's get some sports. Nice hot air balloon ride. There we go. Now, I don't know if that's enough to increase the wealth level. It looks like maybe. And we're not actually ticking over. Maybe it's just on the border. Let's go ahead and give them a fountain nearby as well. We don't want too much to flip wealth. There we go. Okay. So some things are flipping over. Potentially too much, but hopefully we'll be okay. Anyway, that is finally producing. We've got lots of power in the area and lots of excess water as well. Wonderful. Let's go to our last destination, Thunder Ridge. So Thunder Ridge was designed to be my money-making place. As I recall, it's selling, what, alloy? Plastic? I think alloy. It's trying to sell as much as possible to the region. But in addition to just making money, I think it also produces some amount of power. I don't think it produces much in the way of water, if I recall correctly. Actually, I had to set up a couple of water towers because we were lacking in proper stuff. But we should be okay now. We should be importing plenty. Let's go ahead and flick that on just to say, not that we should really be using it. Water situation. Yeah, we're not running out, so that's okay. Oh, we even set up a water treatment plant. I'm going to go ahead and try to expand it a little bit as well. Just make ourselves slightly less reliant on the region. So we don't have much in excess, but just the fact that we've got any makes me feel okay, because that means we've got lots of slack left in the region for future expansion. And speaking of expansion, here's an example of something that can't be expanded. Limits reached. Oh, there are 4 there. Well, look at that. Clustered quite tightly together. Okay. And producing in excess as well. So that's lovely. Other than that, yeah, we mostly just make money. I mean, we're in the green, and then we sell huge chunks of stuff. Huge chunks of stuff. Complaining about the police situation, but we're not full. We should have lots of police cars and helicopters out there. Halfmoon Banks has apparently stopped sending us water. That doesn't sound quite right. Stop sending sewage? Really? Now we're actually down? No. Oh, stop sending us sewage. That one's okay. This actually is at our max capacity, though. Oof. Well, that's annoying. Although I guess that's why we're selling some sewage out. And maxing it out as well. Halfmoon Banks, we need to increase your sewage capacity, actually. Apparently we're not done with things over here. This is going to have to be our major poop handling facilities as much as possible. Oh, some towns are just a terrible place to live in. It's like, what's your claim to fame? Well, we take a lot of shit from other people. There we go, sewage treatment plant. This actually does have a fair bit more capacity, but let's make sure we've got tons. Not enough simoleons. Oh, right. And losing, actually. Right. I should have sent some more money over. I mean, we should be having lots of excess oil to sell. Just need some more shipments. Trade depot. Come on. Kick in before you lose everything. Oh, we sold a little bit. Right, raw oil doesn't actually sell for that much. I mean, we're not going in the red, but we're not going to create tons of cash. Ugh. It's really annoying. Well, I guess it's going okay. How much would it cost to add another one? None. Really? How much are these? Oh, 40. Oh. That's quite pricey. There's another sale, but again, I gotta leave myself some extra space here so that it doesn't tick over and send me into the negatives. Wow. Suppose I should do the money send. It will take a while for it to transfer over. And I don't think Thunder Ridge is in a terrible state. Thunder Ridge was having some issues with the sewage limit. And I think it's actually adding to some ground pollution. But other than that, it is a functional city and quite profitable, so we should be able to send some more cash. Cash for poop. In fact, I don't need to wait for tons of money. Let's go to gift. Let's go to Halfmoon Bank. Send everything we've got. There you go. We don't really need to play this region anymore, but I will just to make sure. Is this? Oh, it's abandoned. Too many deaths. Just generically for sale. Oh, we'll bulldoze it anyway. Too much crime. Well, I know the city did have a crime problem when I bulldozed the police precinct. It did lead to a lot of criminals being out and about simultaneously. In fact, there's still a lot of crimes being committed per day. Maybe I should stay in the city long enough for the police to have a chance to clean that all up. Because I have faith that they can, given half a chance. I suppose we could increase their chance by adding a few more police cars, but they're not all in service. Crime wave. And I like the sound, like all the criminals are just getting beat up. Lots of people dying around us. Why is that? We do have healthcare. It's a clinic. It's not full. People should be able to get to it. Should we build an extra ambulance? Oh, we only have the one. Yeah, let's go ahead and add a couple more ambulances. That should help. 18 deaths per day. Woohoo. Fire situation's okay though? Yeah. Crime's still kind of a major problem. Wow. Well, the cop cars are out. Okay. Well, we can always disable them later. Let's, just to nip this in the bud, we're going to go ahead and max out on police cars. And we'll go ahead, yeah, and add more jail cells as well. I mean, I don't know how nearly full it was, but why the hell not? Yeah, so we might want to disable the extra police cars later, just because they do add a lot of traffic, and they do cost a little bit. But for now, I think they're needed. Crimes per day just dropped suddenly, but I think that's semi-unrelated. I don't know. Yeah, I really want to see these numbers go down. Oh my gosh. I do like our little Golden Gate Bridge here. And it's got a nice view. Look at that. This building kind of looks like, I don't know, like Lego or something in the background. It looks like a toy because of the bright colors, but other than that, awfully pretty. I like this row of buildings here. I don't usually like the small sort of stuff, but for the commerce things, it's nice. I like all the signs, especially at night like this. Ooh, taqueria. And the low-end casinos should be making... Wow, no profit, really? We can't sustain 2 casinos? Thought we were. I'm kind of surprised. Too much crime. But come on, the crime's got to be getting better and better and better. Look at the traffic jam. Yeah, see, that's why you don't build this many, and also why you usually avoid putting it on the avenue. Jail cells continue to fill up like crazy. Maybe we will expand it some more. Oh, detective wing to catch people in their homes. Good. Really? Oh, that's annoying. Hang on. Let's bulldoze the crime prevention center and see if we can put the detective wing out. Okay, good. And we can still expand out that way. Because police can only arrest criminals who are actively committing crimes. And this is good for catching people who are just parked in their homes. Not currently committing crimes. There. Ridiculous amount of police presence for a city this size. But I don't know. We're like the Gotham city. It's like abnormally high crime rate. I suppose we could summon in Maxis Man, but meh. It's not actually that handy. Crime in progress. Come on, just thin out the numbers a little bit, because you're probably sending so many criminals to the other towns. It's going to be beyond funny. See, there's a criminal. Just catch him. And they're stuck in traffic over here. Alright, so the traffic layout in this town apparently just doesn't work. I mean, I've created these sort of individual neighborhoods, but they're only connected through one major pipe. Actually, getting rid of this is probably a smashingly good idea. Although, I'd have to build another connection somewhere, because otherwise it would just divert all the traffic problems here. Ooh, maybe a tunnel. Actually, a tunnel would be a great idea. Let's do something like that. Let's go ahead and take the high-density street. We're going to go from here to there. Hit N a few times. Just drop this. Cannot draw through placed buildings. Probably some sort of bus stop hurting us, because I can't imagine. There. We're going to do that. And we might just blow up this connection. I mean, yeah, people would have to take a longish way around to get here. But no, I think I'm going to do it, just for now. I think it's going to be a pretty significant net improvement. Yeah, there might be a bottleneck here now. You're going to have some somewhere. Still with too much crime, and then we had some buildings burned down here. And some stuck fire trucks. Whoa, look, why are there cars parked on the lawn? What's wrong with my city? Oh, everything is just bottleneck now. Everything, everywhere. It's part of the big crime problem. No, well, it's flowing again, ish. I probably just need more tunnels. So I got a tunnel. Where does this go? Grab the road. Wait, this is all one tunnel? It goes, oh right, from one end of the city to the other. Be nice to have a shortcut up the hill? No, because this is a fairly simple run. What we might need is a quick way to go from here all the way to here, because the problem is I have a lot of residential area, and then I have all my industry down here, and yeah, some of them can take this route. But it might end up being what we need. I'm not sure. And I'm sure this intersection stuff isn't doing anyone any favors. Actually, what I'm surprised about is all the traffic back here. What are these people trying to do? Perhaps I should get rid of this. You bulldoze this here. Force people, if they're going up and down the hill, to use the avenue as much as possible. Free up this intersection a little bit more. Except for local traffic, and that's fine. There's only going to be so much local traffic. Although, there's quite a bit backed up over here. Well, let's give it a little while to clear up. I think it's probably going to help by not having the traffic come down here. There's still going to be a fair amount of traffic going to the bus terminals here, going to the casinos there. But by not having anyone take the traffic up to the hill, I think it's going to free things on these back roads. Oh, they want a blimp. I don't blame them. Blimps are awesome. Alright, police station. How are we doing? Actually, I guess we want this screen here. Crimes per day is still relatively high. Jail cells. We are rehabilitating some criminals, though, so I think we may have gotten an equilibrium with our jail cells. We might not need anymore, which will be very nice. And yeah, the traffic jams are going to be a big part of the problem. Like, these guys are as bad drivers as the people in my hometown. There's not a lot of flow in and out of the city, not at that end. I suppose, now that I think about it, this end over here goes to kind of nowhere, and this end goes to my other cities, so that makes some amount of sense. Which is all the more incentive for minimizing how many intersections are at this end. And I could do that. I could get rid of, say, the intersection here and here, or turn them into T's. Actually, that's probably a really good idea. Let's do that. I'm going to bulldoze a bunch of extra buildings, but what can you do? There. So just have 2 T's, and we're going to see if that helps things at all. It's going to put a lot of stress in those 2 little areas. I could do an underground connection from here to here. I might not be a bad idea, actually. Let's actually use a straight line for this, yeah. Straight across like so, and down. Because these are still going to represent relatively long paths, so it's going to discourage people from using this unless they really need to, but some people will really need to, and gosh, that's some bad traffic. What have I done to my city? Would be nice to be able to click on someone and actually see their path highlighted on the road, where they started from and where they're going, because the game should know that, and just give me that highlight. It'd be quite impressive. Has Simoleon out to spend them on happiness? Wow, this town has real massive traffic problems, and I think it's because of the layout, where I have my different population centers and work centers. Anyway, we've got another big package of money, so let me go ahead. I'm going to send another set of gifts to Halfmoon Bank again, because why not? And send that. And then we'll put in a cut here, and we will continue over in the other town. See you next time, folks. Bye-bye.